It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight.
Hello, sweet peas. Welcome to part 2 of Bug Birthday Party. Similar to the last one, I've coupled things together by like the thing that they are. So timeline-wise, it's not chronological. But I think it makes the most sense to do it that way. There are a couple of photos of bugs, not videos, not close-ups.
We don't know any bugs personally.
No, but when Felix is doing the keychain thing, I did include photos of the bug they're, trying to make. If that freaks you out, maybe skip through that part a little quicker.
Quicker than you would normally skip through it.
Right. Otherwise, enjoy.
Bugs.
Bugs!
Good morning. It's another day to make bugs. I already showed how I did it in the last vlog about my process. So for now, I'm just gonna turn on a YouTube video and try to crank out finishing building them so that I can hopefully paint them and get their paper on them tomorrow. And then maybe they'll be done, hopefully. Let's do it. That's why he said this week. Yeah. Because he wanted you to open it on Monday. Girl I just started watching has that problem.
Hello, I've been here doing my beading. I've been working on these pony beads, fellas. This one's an ant, as you can see. You can tell because he clearly has a nephew. Not the immediate he, him pronouns for the ant. Sometimes an ant is a young man. There's nothing wrong with that. One of those beetles that's got the point, you know what I mean? One of those beetles. That's what we've got here. Dragonfly. Oh, and then a ladybug that I think I'm gonna redo because she is really homely. Oh, here she is. She's fine. But I think I'll be redoing her because it's sad. That's what we got so far. These are gonna be party favors for the baby's party, obviously. Obviously, what else would they be party favors for? We're not doing sort of like the classic favors of like a bag with some trash in it. I thought it would be fun to make these and then leave them in like a bowl or like on a tray or something for people to like take one. And then we also have some children's books that are bug themed for the kiddos to take. Yeah, I think it's really just those. These are for grown-ups, and then we have books for kiddos. The books was an idea from the internet, from TikTok or something. Anyway, well here, I'll just have you help me remake this one and talk about kind of how, because this was the first one that I did and I thought it was going well, and it turns out it wasn't. It looks sad and bad and sad. So. Okay, as you can see, she's ugly. I think where I went wrong with this girly was I was really trying to do like pixel art with beads, and it turns out that you actually don't need a full one bead on either side for it to be bigger than that one. And also I should have started with this and then tied up her little butt at the end. I think would have worked better because with this up here, like it looks really cute. Also I want to give her legs, so, and I think I pulled it too tight, like the tension is wrong. So basically everything that could be incorrect, and I want more dots on her. Not more, but just bigger ones. These are my extra pieces. You'll see why that has happened. We chop up this guy. This chunk of plastic would be a really cuckoo bananas choking hazard, so we're gonna throw it away in our tiny trash can that's right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take these apart and lay them out in kind of the same orientation that they were. Yikes. That is not going well. So let's do it like this. That's fine. This is gonna use, I think, a lot less beads, which will be interesting. Computer, enhance. Okay, I think I'm gonna put the little body beads down where I think that they should go. This seems correct, no? Perhaps one chunkier in this middle section. 6 legs for the bug who's a lady.
So, being a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. Is that it, flyboy?
Yeah, I think what I want is just 2 biggish dots on this ladybug. Because ladybugs have all kinds of different patterns. Like this. Ah, girl, please, girl. Get over here. Okay, that's fine. That's as good as it's gonna get. Okay. Yeah, I cannot make a circle. Because this looks silly. I mean, just this one, is that fine? Oh, God. Okay, what if we do... Do you see, though? Do you see how it becomes in a straight line? I'm seeing what the people who were making the patterns, I'm seeing the issue that they were having. Because it's a lot of... This is going to be in the exact same place, or it's, like, too close to a leg. I mean, it's, like, it's giving ladybug. I think this is fine, but I am annoyed by it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that can be done. Okay. You know, c'est la vie, ladybug. This is probably enough string. I'm gonna cut a bunch of really long string, because if you run out of string, you're just screwed, as far as I know. That could be wrong. I am not a professional. Wow, this is like enough to jump rope with, so that probably less than that would be best. You put your beads that are gonna be your, like, first row. And then you put the string through both sides. And then we pull. And we try to get it kind of even. so that we have like a half and half-sies amount on here. Are we seeing that? Are you seeing that, Mr. Krabs? Should be like, you know, it's looped. Okay. Now, our next row, same situation. That is really it. You just keep doing that, and then eventually you tie it off. Now, when you get like legs and wings and other things that you want to have that are kind of like cuckoo bananas guys on the ends, I'll show you that. Hold on. Because we'll probably end up doing 2 beads actually for all the little legs on these guys now that I'm thinking about it. You just want to make sure, because it'll try to like turn in, right? That's not how we want it. We want it like this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of that happening. It's pretty. It's fine. Yay, and it's gonna be a little bit bendy because this is like stretchy, but that's okay. Now, we have a row that's starting with a leg. Yeah, I'm gonna take 2. I'm gonna get actually 2 beads for the leg, because what I am going to do is go through both of them and then see how it's there where we want it to be. That'll be the leg. And then now I'm gonna go only through this one. A little trial and error to get her where we want her to be. That's okay. Did I do that wrong? Well, I don't mind the arms being forward, so actually I think that's fine. But I guess technically I did that wrong. Okay, we're doing the same on this side. So yeah, okay, here's the real situation. So what I should have done was make the line of pink first and then do this. But I do kind of want my little hands to be pulled forward. I think that'll be cute. That seems correct. It doesn't. It doesn't, and I'm gonna undo it. It does not, and so let me take this off. Well, I'll show you how I take it off. We just pull the string. Easy. That's a forgiving medium if I've ever seen one. Look at that. We're all learning. Felix is learning. You're learning. We're learning together. We've got our little ladybug face. We'll do the line of pink that we want. Same situation as before. Yay. Okay. We got these 2. God, what have I done? Beautiful. Stunning. Okay, and then yeah, so we're gonna want to do creepy little legs. Get those creepy legs on there. Okay, great. Now we've got this. We'll string on these 2. We'll get them where we want them. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll go back through just this one. Okay. Slay. Yay, and now that's a leg. Do it again. For those of us who missed it, we're gonna go through just the second one so that we've looped around this guy and made a hangy outy leg there. Okay, and if at any time you're like, this looks a little bit funky, we're just gonna pull on the cord, make it look a little more presentable.
Hey girl.
Hey.
Guess what just happened?
And boy. And others.
Happy Pride
Happy
Month.
Pride Month.
Anybody can actually be a person. Guess what just happened?
So apparently there's a slow motion button that is next to the start recording button. I did not realize this information. Why do you have to quietly whisper it also? You can't just move your lips.
I know, I'm an actor. I'm method acting.
Alright, okay.
Anyway, yeah, so some of Felix's bead making is in slow motion.
So we're gonna have to speed that up.
Is it the birthday boy and And it's time to film in slow motion. We have a few moments together per day.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
And now we're sharing it with you.
Our entire freezer is full of baby food. It's because we got a package from Little Spoon, who, when they sent me a package, or when we filled out the thing for it, I did not realize it was going to be this. It's fun.
You sound disappointed.
No, I'm excited. Sorry. I didn't realize it was going to be this.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of, this is like an avocado greens bowl.
This isn't sponsored. This is
No,
hashtag
no.
gifted. So
Hashtag
we don't have to talk about it, but we love to talk about stuff that we get for our job.
Well, I just feel like it's more honest.
Yes. Also, then if we don't like it, if you're like, clickety clackety, I'm on the keyboard, did you guys like it or was it kind of bad? And then we can tell you.
If I'm understanding correctly, I think that you they send you food.
Oh, it's like a like Factor?
I think it is.
Like redacted?
I think it's like baby Factor. These are really cool. This is pea, pear, and mint.
Oh, I thought it was pea pear.
That would be insane.
I didn't see the comma, and I was like, what's a pea pear?
Anyway, these are really cool. This was very kind of them to send them to us.
Very excited.
Thanks, Little Spoon. That was really nice of you.
That was really nice. Hannah found this white coffee. If you didn't know, white coffee is what Dutch Bros uses that we're obsessed with. It is different somehow. My husband actually used to be a barista, so he'll tell you.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The way that coffee beans work is the more that you cook them, the darker the roast is. I know that sounds obvious, but some people don't know that. And then also, even more cooked, it becomes decaf. So it's really funny because old people will be like, decaf coffee, it's basically water. Decaf tastes like shit. And then they love dark roast coffee. Dark roast is like their favorite because it's darker. They think of it as like more coffee. I'm sure the process for like making something decaf is different than that, but decaf is darker roast than dark roast. And then white coffee, so there's like blonde, which became like a thing, right? And that's like slightly less, it's a lot less cooked. Medium roast, light roast. And then white coffee is like barely cooked coffee beans. And then because it's different, they have to, if I understand correctly, grind it up differently. So like with like regular medium roast coffee, you can have a whole bunch of different grounds. With other kinds of coffee, other roasts, you can like have them ground different ways to make different things. So like cold brew coffee is going to be like not ground up as much. It's going to be not as fine. And so like for espresso roast, it's like really fine because the water goes through really quickly. And then for cold brew, the grounds are bigger. They don't like grind it up as much because the water goes through it slowly. And so anyway, this is more finely ground than espresso roast. And it says espresso grind, but it's like it looks very weird. So what we have to make it, you can't just like make it with pour over coffee because the water wouldn't spend enough time that it's supposed to be there. You have to do, so a mocha pot is what we're using. Hannah got a mocha pot at the thrift store.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's either an estate sale or a thrift store. Here it is.
I know very little about a mocha pot.
It's very tiny. Hang on. Let me put it next to Felix so you can get the true size. Felix for scale.
Dad for scale, yeah.
It's very small. They have this on Animal Crossing, so I'd seen it and heard of it. We're on the lookout for a bigger one if we see one at the thrift store. We've only used it twice now.
No, I've used it like 4 times.
We've only used it like 4 times. We're going to take you with us. First, we have to boil water.
This isn't the way you're supposed to use a mocha pot. You're supposed to let the water start. I actually don't know. So talk to a mocha pot specialist about this.
Talk to your mocha doctor.
Talk to your local mocha doctor.
Talk to your local mocha doctor.
This is like magic to me, and also we're probably doing it wrong anyway.
We Googled, apparently white coffee's different than everything else that the mocha pot has ever thought of.
Yeah.
And so we're doing what the internet said to do.
Yeah.
Which was to boil it first.
Yeah. We're waiting for the water to heat up, and then we'll be using 6 ounces.
Then I put it in here.
Yep. Put the top on.
Then I hit this part on.
Yep.
And how many scoops?
You just kind of fill up that thing. It's like close to 2 tablespoons, but you can just use whatever.
And then I screw his hat on?
Yep. Oh, don't touch it!
That was hot.
Right. Yeah, that's why
No, let's make it sense. I forgot already.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me zoom in on the action.
Zoom Nation, rise up.
On my way to steal your girl with my new mocha pot knowledge.
And your burnt fingers.
And my slightly burnt, crisp little fingers. Okay. You can hear hear the mocha pot doing its job. While it's doing that, I've been trying to make cookie butter latte. I think I mentioned it in the last one. I haven't figured out how to make it the shelf-stable squeezy bottle, but I have figured out how to make enough for one. So I take big spoon, big old thing of cookie butter, salted caramel. I honestly do only like 2, maybe 3 seconds of pouring. Then we go to the microwave. I did like 30 seconds in the microwave, and I'm mixing it together. We want it to be like, not runny by any means, but like, I don't know, like able to drizzle. It's not perfect, it could be better, but you get the idea. If you have Charlie and the Chocolate Factory smell-o-vision, now's the time. It's so good. Okay, guess who's done? Hello! Coffee is ready! So we've got our cup. First, I'm gonna, drizzle is kind of, again, a strong term, considering this is a bit thicker than drizzle texture, but I'm gonna put cookie butter slime all on the side. Alright, it's not very aesthetic, but it will be delicious. I still haven't put the ice in it. Normally I put ice in first, so it's hard for me to remember to not put it in first, because I did that the first time with the cookie butter mixture, and what happened is it just hardened because the ice like basically froze it. And then it kind of like, not melts exactly, but it like drips down into the coffee as I'm drinking it, because I drink it kind of slow. And it's been good. I need some more milk. When we leave this year, we won't be coming back. Dabba dabba dabba, we're on a different track. That was too much, that was probably too much. Keep thinking this will never change. Keep on thinking this time's the same. And this is how it feels. Magnifique. Goals today. I'm gonna try and get all the decorating done, hopefully. Today is 2 days before the party. I think it's possible. I have my bugs done. Felix has their crown done. They have some of the gift bag keychains made. I need to make a little sign that says 1 to put on his high chair. And I also need to put the ants on the tablecloth. And then we have like streamers and banners and stuff to hang. So, I think it's possible because it's only 10:30 right now.
They said that all of my friend problems in school were my fault. Announcement video. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited.
All right, Daddy went on an adventure
With Auntie
Okay.
Hanny.
with Auntie Hanny.
I'm
Sorry,
I'm right off
Slightly
camera.
off.
right, just off camera,
Just off camera.
Okay.
doing her auntie duties.
As you know, we've been planning fish bathroom for feels like a year, really.
Yeah.
These are so cute. We have one for our bathroom and then one for Uncle Bo's bathroom, which is where the baby will primarily be bathing because we don't have a bathtub downstairs.
Yeah.
$5 at the grocery outlet. Here's what happened with the veggie tray. it was gonna be $10,
Right.
and it was like 4 carrots.
You're the veggie girl.
So I am the veggie girl.
As the veggie
I
girl.
did sort of a build your own veggie tray.
That's fine.
Do you want to fridge these? This is what I thought you meant by ranch and French onion.
It is what I meant.
Perfect. Okay. So we got 2 bell peppers. There was no bell peppers in the tray. We got these to do little strips, and then we got a couple of cucumbers because I thought those would be good.
Tell everyone your crime.
My crime is I purchased a meat and cheese plate.
No.
Morgan wanted there to be 2.
There's 33 people who are going to be at our house. So I said, yeah, get 2. Go ahead. I'm done now.
Some of them are vegetarians, including myself.
3 of them are vegetarians.
Me? I don't think that that's true. And the other thing that I think needs to be kept in mind is that meat eaters also eat vegetarian options. So it's not that they're just going to only eat meat. So Morgan has this, and then we have 6 of these, and then 3 of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. They have so many little smokies. I don't think they also need more chunks of little meat. Cinnamon butter for bread. What I do think, we got Colby Jack cheese to slice up into chunks, and then we also got crackers. Because cheese and crackers, but this with the crackers, this was that's like $4 total, and this was $13.
Yeah, no, they're expensive.
That much at Winco. So anyway, I was like, I think we can just add in these also.
All right.
Also, Hannah really wanted snap peas to be, because they were in the veggie tray, but again, there was 3 snap peas, and I was like, girl, that's not even, people can't even, what they can eat, and it had celery. Ew.
Yeah, no, they do always have celery.
Nobody's liking the celery. We spent $165.57 at the Winco, which is what I figured it was going to be. Are you stressed out about that?
That's just so crazy, but that seems right.
It would have been like $200 if I had gotten name brand everything.
No, that's true.
And I didn't, so I feel really good about it.
Yeah, we're not so much for the name brands.
Also, some of these things are stuff that are just going to be at our house. All of it will continue to eat.
Oh, it'll all get eaten.
Yeah. I've been needing washing soda. So I got some to strip the diapers. We did that whole video where I was like, I've never had any problems with cloth diapers. They're so easy and everything's great. And then now
they heard you.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
the cloth diapers are great. No, it's because we were using the diaper rash cream more often. I have been not using it really with the cloth diapers, and then I was like, no, I can use it. And then also I'll be on the cloth diapers, and it's a thing.
Anyway.
We got some paper plates. We got some paper bowls, and then plastic spoons and plastic forks. I got some bulk sugar. The other veggies.
Tell me.
They're not gummy worms.
Oh, no. What are they?
Gummy centipedes.
Amazing.
They're perfect.
Perfect for a bug party.
Yeah, they say that they're centipedes. I think they're just actually insane caterpillars. Do you see them?
Yeah.
They're so cute. So it was very difficult to get these with a scoop, let me tell you. And then a melon. Hanny got vegan ranch, because ranch has stuff in it. These are the Club Original Crackers.
Oh.
For cheese.
Name brand.
Well, that's just the kind they had. They got 3 of these lemonade because they didn't have a big one.
I think 3. I think that's better because it's easier to pour from a small
That's
one.
kind of what I thought. And then also if one's unopened, it's unopened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that is good. They are easier to pour from. Oh, grocery outlet had a pack of 3.
Oh, good.
Tiny medium tongs, but they're
Medium
really cute.
tongs.
2 strawberry things, and then a pineapple, and then blueberries. And then
Perfect.
Auntie Hanny and I found this insane rainbow sherbet flavored Sunny D that we're really excited about. There at the Winco. These are the cups I got that I could find. These. Pasta sauce for dinner tonight. Handy melts. We have food dye.
We do.
Good. 3 of these. Toothpicks. This is a pack of 250. Cookie butter. Biscoff cookie butter.
Hell
And then
yeah.
this is the cold things. We got this Cuckoo Bananas mochi, passion fruit mochi, blueberries. Hanny got some weird grilled cheese, and then we got chocolate soy milk for $1.98. Oh, and then a bunch of cream cheese. In this really cute little container.
All right.
Yeah. For your fruit dip. Okay, and that's all. It's all from me.
Woohoo! Okay, this pile of stuff represents what we have for decor. My dream is I'm going to put the giant bugs up first, and then everything else I'll have to base off of that. This is a sign that my friend Gabby made. I'll show a picture of it, but it's really cute. We got these little banners when he was probably 4 months old. And we were like, we'll use these for something because they don't say anything on them. So I feel like we can reuse them for multiple parties. Really excited about the Hungry Caterpillar thing that a Sweet Pea sent us. And then also we have the bugs from Bugs Life, and Felix is making little party hats for them. And we're putting them on the table as well as by the food, which will be really cute. Oh, should I do crawling to flying? Maybe that makes the most sense. So like ant, Junebug, ladybug. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think I'm gonna do the tallest one, which is the dragonfly, next, so that I can make sure everybody's spaced out good if I do the bookends first. I did not think this through. Alright, this is what we're looking at so far. A lot more to do with streamers, but cute little entry. Okay, under this window is where his high chair is gonna be, where he's like sitting while he's smashing his cake and all that. So I think I'm gonna put his Bugs Life friends on this mantle right here. I think it'll be really cute sitting behind him. She does not sit up. I don't know. Also, I don't think Felix is going to be able to make party hats for these guys because they already won't sit up. And I don't know how to make them sit up. Do you see his flimsy little body? His tiny little third of a half of a tiny little pinch of a pound ass? Girl, Flick, invent a way to stand, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna be able to have hats. But that's one less thing for us to do if they don't. But I think they'll be cute behind him. Princess Dot is downstairs. I haven't grabbed her. He was actually playing with her, so she wasn't with him. All right, it's the day before the party. We are making, well, Hannah is making the dessert, the main dessert for everyone, which is cake pops.
Yes. Yes, we have vanilla cake starting.
Whoa.
The good thing is that I'm making it egg-free and dairy-free for some dietary restrictions at the party. I'm at least one of the dietary restrictions. And I really am excited about cake pops. And the good thing is the texture doesn't matter that much because it's going to be cake pops. So I've taken some liberties, and I'm just hoping that
I think it'll work.
okay. but I've made this cake recipe before, this vanilla one, and it usually turns out fine. We're also gonna make chocolate,
Yeah.
but I'm just starting with vanilla. It's gonna make so much cake.
I'm excited.
So.
And then, do you want to talk about how this time you're not rolling them?
Oh yeah. I've been seeing. I follow a couple people who like bake, like home bakers, not like professional bakers, and a lot of them are rolling like out the cake pop innards and cutting them out instead of like rolling them by hand into balls, and that's the part of cake pops I really hate. And so I have two size options. One's just a funnel because I forgot to bring a cookie cutter, and then Mimi found a very tiny round one, which I fear might be too small. So
we'll find out.
We'll see. But I'm just I don't know. It's gonna be some trial and error because I don't know if I can really get them the right texture to be like roll out, cut out, because it has to be really wet.
I mean, if we do have to roll them, we have plenty of people who can wash their hands and roll.
Yeah, that's true. It's so time consuming.
No, that's true.
But yeah, this one's ready for the oven, and then I have to get everything else.
Yeah.
But we're off to a good start.
We are.
We got a lot of vanilla melty.
We have many vanilla melty and some food coloring.
And then we're gonna use some food coloring, I think, to make them bug colors. And then we were supposed to get a pen, like an edible marker, and we didn't grab one. So
We can still do that.
we'll figure it out.
Felix has been working on keychains.
They're so cute.
They're really cute. We've got a lot of party supplies out here. Pretty exciting stuff. How are we feeling about the recipes you tried?
Okay, well, the cake came out of the oven looking like this. I don't know if you can see the cake. Pan down to the cake, please.
Let me
Cameraman.
zoom.
This was not me or Morgan. You got to sample the cake.
Yeah. I don't know who took a bite out of the corner.
I don't know who took like 6 bites out of the corner.
No.
The chocolate cake just came out. I'm about to test it. I don't have a normal cake tester, but I just want to make sure that it's good. It's not.
Gooey.
It's okay.
He wants cake.
I could just put it back in. So
Don't worry.
He doesn't know that.
He
yet.
doesn't know that you can just
how
put the cake back
works.
in.
Yeah. And then I think I'm gonna crumble them soon while they're still warm. People say do it hot, but that kind of scares me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put them in a mixer to crumble them instead of doing it by hand because I used to do it that way also.
Oh my god, that seems crazy.
Yeah, it was really bad. So hopefully it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then we'll get some frosting and then we'll
And we'll pop
probably
them.
dip them. I mean, maybe way later because I think I want them to be in the fridge.
Yeah. They should probably be in the fridge.
Popped and cut. I think so.
Yay. It's been a few hours. We've gotten a couple things done. I'm not filming as much at this point because we're just
Powering through.
we're powering through. It's 9 p.m. the night before the party.
We've got several more hours at least in the day before we
Yeah,
have to
the
be
day
done.
before we are done. Hanny's worked very hard on cake pops. And you're using
We're popping right now.
you've gone with the tiny circle.
Yes. Yeah, we had 2 options. I went with the smaller because I think it'll just be better. I don't know if are they on camera? Kind of.
No, I can do a shot
This is
afterwards.
what they look like. This is the size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1.5 inches.
Yeah. I honestly think they're going to be really cute.
They're gonna
tricky
end up
thing-
looking like lollipops, which is cute.
I know. I think they're going to be really cute. The tricky thing is rolling them out to like the same thickness and also not over-rolling them. So I've already over-rolled them twice because I make sugar cookies a lot and they have to be a lot thinner than this.
Yeah.
But it's nice because you're not really overworking the dough though, I don't think, because it's already been cooked.
Yeah.
So it's not like sugar cookies where the more you work it,
Oh, that's
the tougher
true.
it gets, you know,
Yeah.
because you're like developing gluten or whatever. So we'll see. And then I think we're going to pop some of these in the freezer.
God.
That was a nod. That was a yeah, put those in the freezer,
Yeah.
girl. That's a good idea. And then we'll start on the chocolate, but this is only half of the vanilla.
We'll have a lot of cake pops.
So,
Honestly though, like cake pops, like can you eat less than 100 of them?
can you?
Here's the other thing about preparing
so
for a
good.
child's first birthday party. It's so exciting. We're running on adrenaline. And also, when's the last time you guys made a bunch of homemade desserts all at once? Because we've eaten fruit dip
Oh my god.
and cake pops.
My tummy will never recover.
We've had a whipped garlic dip at Trader
Yes.
Joe's that we've been eating with snap peas all day.
We're actually just kind of powered by snap peas and little tastes of dessert.
Yeah.
We did have dinner,
We did have, we had
but
falafel for dinner.
yes.
It was delicious. We didn't film it.
Yeah, Felix made falafel. It was really good.
In the morning, Felix, we have to go to the farmer's market. We're going to get hummus from our favorite hummus man to have for the party.
Gotta have hummus.
for the veggie tray. And then we have a lot of like setting up to do. I'm making the pigs in a blanket tomorrow. Tonight I need to clean so much. I need to set up, we're doing like a little crafting stamp, make a card for the birthday boy or make like a little bookmark for yourself or whatever. Because we have like introverted friends, so it'd be nice to have a little craft, and also there's a couple of kids coming who might be into it. I have to set that up. We're trying to do as much as we can tonight. And then also the party's at 3 and the baby normally naps, has one nap at 9:30 and another nap at 2:30. So I'm waking him up super early. So that all the naps can be
Which
early.
means you're waking up super early.
Which means I'm waking up super early. He actually doesn't just entertain himself yet.
Yeah, he's not quite wake
Not
up
very
and
much.
like put him on the floor.
Yeah.
Close your eyes again age.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be perfect.
It's gonna be good. They're free desserts, you know?
That's so true. You know
And
what? Maybe
also,
I'll
like,
charge.
most of them are tired. Yeah, most of them are tired parents.
That's
You give them a glass of water, they're thankful.
They'll be like, these are great lumpy cake pops.
I love these lump
I love
pops.
these lumpy pops.
Here's what's happened. Couple things.
Couple things.
The cake pops were too small. They wouldn't
Yeah.
go on the sticks. Unless we froze them for a long time, which we don't have time
we don't
to do.
have time to do.
Then my husband, who's smart.
My best friend, who's smart, they said, double them up.
Sandwich them.
So not to worry, not to worry. Oh, there,
There
yep.
we go.
They've been doubled. Now,
Which was genius.
which was so, I
A
literally,
stroke of
I
genius.
would not have,
No,
I'm
well,
not
it's
being silly, I would not have
10:15, which is practically 2 a.m.
So we can't think of anything.
No.
The thing is,
Next problem.
next problem. You can't use, which I knew this in my brain of brains. I knew this. We can't use regular food coloring for candy melts because it causes the candy melts to seize because of the introduction of water, which I knew you can't put water in chocolate or even in
Cake.
vanilla melty. So we have sprinkled. This is actually chocolate.
Mm-hmm. You can't tell.
How can you tell? You can't. So Morgan had the idea.
We only have one kind of sprinkle, which
Yeah,
is
oh,
those rainbow ones.
That's
That's the other problem.
That's the other problem. One kind of sprinkle.
Here's the sprinkles.
Here's a sprinkle. So there's a lot of hiccups right now,
We are creative,
but we're creative.
and we will push through.
And we will push through. We will persevere.
Anyway, so what we're gonna try is Handy's gonna take a little bit of, what's it called? White melty?
Vanilla melty.
Vanilla melty. With a little bit of chocolate chips. Mix those together, see if it makes it at least a different enough color.
Yeah.
That if we put that on the chocolate ones and then put sprinkles, you'd be able to tell they're two different colors.
Will it work? Yes. Is it going to be what I wanted, what my vision was? No. Because these were supposed to be, well, no one knows what they're supposed to be. These were supposed to be
Cake
this.
pops.
And
They're gonna be popping.
They were popping, and nothing went awry, and they go with the bug theme.
Yeah, the bug theme is delicious.
The sprinkles are the bugs.
They kind of are.
They're just crawling around.
You don't know.
The problem is it's going to be like a very faint chocolate color, but I think that's fine.
Yeah. They
I
just need
just-
to look different.
They just have to look different. That way no one grabs
The
a
wrong
vanilla
one
thinking
and then
it's
be sad.
chocolate,
Yeah.
or vice versa. We don't want to waste any cake pops here. So
Here we go.
10 p.m.
Should we
cake pop.
sample one?
Oh yeah, those are all chocolate. You can tell.
They're really cute though.
You can tell they're all chocolate by their color.
This is a vanilla. This is gender reveal.
This is the problem. Shocking to me. I don't remember dipping that.
Well, it's 10:15, which to us is 2 a.m.
I have no recollection. How's the
Oh, really good.
how's the taste test?
Excellent.
Excellent. How's the wetness level?
Perfect.
Perfect.
No notes.
No notes.
Except that I couldn't tell if it was vanilla or chocolate.
Yeah, I really thought they were all chocolate. So those two are chocolate. For sure.
What are you working on there, Daddy?
It's the dragonflies. So here's what we're doing. We have a little piece of cardboard. we have chunk of this stuff that I got from the Dollar Tree that I think I'm going to use for a busy book because you can put a bead in here and push it around, which is very fun.
Yeah.
Or a marble or something crazy. So anyway, here's what we do. I've already painted these to be vaguely dragonfly color. We take the insane hot glue gun we borrowed from Mimi. Do that. I've cut these to the length that I want them to be. We fold them. They don't have to be perfect. We go like this. So we push here, squeeze. You getting the squeeze? Mm-hmm. All right, and then you hold it for a second. Then we're gonna go back to here again. The hot glue. Whee. And then we put it on our dragonfly. And then I've been doing a whole bunch of bodies with wings, but I'll show you what we do with the eyeballs. Morgan calls them glasses.
I think they're cute.
We get some eyeballs ready here. We're getting a dollop of the hot glue. Whee. And then we go boop, 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 boop. Stick that on there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Stick it on there. This, and then we take our Sharpie marker and we draw the lines. And that's a little dragonfly.
Zoom in. Well, you bring him to me as well.
Oh, physically zoom
Camera zoom.
like this.
He looks great.
That's what it is.
Here's his glasses.
And then we're gonna have little pieces of cardboard that are hot glued or taped to the back, and so they can just go onto the edge of something, of a little container to say
dairy free or chocolate or whatever.
yes.
We're also watching Mamma Mia, a slay of a film. Very important.
I bet you thought you were gonna see some clips of the birthday party.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Not idiot.
Number one, it was like a personal, private event, and people don't sign up to be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Number two, we forgot.
It's mostly that we forgot.
We were having too much fun, and we were really trying to be like in the moment. So much so that we forgot to film singing Happy Birthday to the baby.
I did not know you wanted to film singing Happy Birthday.
I think everyone does. But like no, all like 30 people or whatever that were there, nobody did. But at the same time, it was kind of like really nice because like as we were sitting next to him like singing, we could see like everyone's face. And then also our friend Ash was taking like really nice high quality photos.
Third Eye Lens on Instagram.
Yes,
you can
because
follow her there.
she is a photographer as a job. Please hire her if you are local. She's wonderful. So I'm not like, I don't know, like I don't regret being in the moment. It was really nice. I think also as people who do a lot of things in our life and also record them at the same time, when it comes to like our child, we try to be like really in the moment. Both because we don't share him, and then also because like I don't want him to grow up like thinking that the camera is more important. You know what I mean? Here are a few clips that we did take. Took a couple of the food just because like for home videos I wanted to remember how delicious everything looked. And then he did really enjoy the cake that Felix made. I think so.
I
You don't
think
think
he
so?
enjoyed the cake as much as any 1-year-old who's tasted cake one time.
Yeah, might enjoy
And is
cake.
having a very weird day. Might enjoy cake. I feel like everyone pictures that they're gonna do a smash cake for their kid, and their kid's gonna like destroy and chow down on this cake, and it's just I don't feel like generally
it's weird,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, it's very like this is stickier.
When we were kids, people didn't really do like the smash cake thing. It was like the baby ate the same cake as everyone else. I do think it's really smart.
You have to try to hold them back from smashing the cake.
From smashing the regular cake.
Yeah,
that everyone
they
was
should
gonna
have a
eat.
separate.
So I think it's really smart.
think.
I've seen when people just give them a cupcake. He was not going to eat the whole thing ever.
No.
I do think it's cuter if you have the supplies to make a slightly larger cake. It's cute, but like he could have had
It was an
1/4
easy
of
cake
a
to make.
cupcake.
Yeah.
He would have been happy.
His cake was also like ugly. Like I made it.
It was cute.
It was
yeah.
cute. My mom, I guess we'll insert this picture here for my first birthday cake. She wrote "Happy Birthday, Phoebe." She put a Dalmatian. She said that's why that dog's there to cover up, to look like there might be an H in
Under the
between
dog.
those two. Yeah. So I wrote "Happy Birthday" on the babies because I thought that was cute.
It was cute. I would say as far as things that went well versus didn't go well. Number one is anytime you plan a party after the age of like 8 years old, you invite everyone says they're gonna come, and then the day of, like, a third of the people don't come.
Even when you're 8 years old, that happens.
Yeah.
You just don't remember it.
So, like, we invited, like, 30-something people, and I
Yeah.
think on the day of, like, 7 people said they weren't coming. Yeah, probably, like, the perfect amount of food, because we had a little bit of leftovers that we ate through the next few days.
Yeah.
Big hit that I wasn't anticipating would be such a big hit was the dirt cups.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm sure you're familiar with the dirt cup. If you're not, it is what I'm calling a recession core treat. Because it's, like, expensive to buy a cake, but it's not expensive to buy instant pudding and 1 package of Oreos and some gummy worms. Oh, great, yeah. So you saw the worms. And the pudding and the candy rocks.
Yeah.
We did buy way too much candy rocks.
That's true. Way too much
candy
vanilla
rocks.
melty also.
Yes. That's also true.
It's really hard to know how much, like,
Vanilla melty and candy rocks are good for a
Oh,
fine amount
yeah.
of time. Those will be
the
used
next
eventually.
event, I'm sure they'll still be good.
But anyway, I bought candy rocks for drama, and then we had the centipede gummies. But yeah, it's just like a little bit of Oreo crumbs, and then like a couple dollops of pudding, and then more Oreo crumbs on top. It was so funny. We're like doing the baby's birthday cake and like singing to him, and like I like walk over to grab something in like the kitchen. And as I'm, like, entering the kitchen, it's, like, all of my aunts and uncles holding little spoons and cakes and going, Shelly said that we could have these. And I was like, yeah.
They're
which was also
dessert.
really funny because, like, after we sang, I was like, everyone go eat dirt cups. There's dirt cups
Yeah, we
over
had,
there.
I think, none left by at least, like, the next day.
Yeah.
I don't know if they all got taken the night of the party.
I don't think
or-
they all got taken. I think that there was, like, 6 left, and then those got eaten.
They were a huge
Mostly
hit.
by me.
I think
They're
we'll definitely be doing them
good.
at the next thing, because, yeah, they're not expensive. They don't take long.
They're super fun. Also, it's just, like, I feel like they're, like, a perfect party dessert because I don't really like cake that much.
Okay.
No, and cake's
Hater.
fine. Cake's fine. I'm not, like, anti-cake, but, like, I feel like there's, like, a lot of frosting, and, like, the frosting's not
This
always
is me
good.
with
It's,
ice cream. I'm, like, not a big, like, ice cream eater.
Yeah. But anyway, I feel like also they're typically, like, a little bit smaller than a cake. So
They're also really,
you could
really
eat
portable.
5 if you wanted to. Yeah, you can carry them around.
Which is really
they're, like,
nice.
self-contained. It's nice. So, anyway, those were cute.
But
they were a
Huge
movement in the mid into early 2000s.
yeah.
That's what everybody was bringing to school for birthdays.
Oh, having, like, the little stamp crafty area at the kitchen table also went really well.
Yeah.
A lot of people mostly just, like, doodled, but we got a couple of little cards that people made for the baby. Lemon made a little zine.
So cute.
That was so cute.
The cutest. I think that if I had not brought slime to the young people, then there may have been more art, but
You wrote the slime out.
I brought the slime out for the people to play. Well, it's
The
good
grown-ups.
Slime City. Thank you for the slime.
Yeah.
Something else that went well was having a family and friends party.
Yes.
That went much better than I thought it was going to.
So we had separate baby showers, like one for family, one for friends. I would say I wasn't that worried about them intermingling.
Yeah.
But it was like a numbers thing. And this was also maybe going to be too many people, but I'm learning. And I was like, no, like there's always people who are like, oh, I can't, I have a wedding. Especially like in the summer. There's always we have this one set of cousins that I swear go to a wedding every single weekend.
They're the busiest people I've ever met.
They are quite literally the busiest people I've ever met. We texted them in like March, being like, this is the day we picked in June. And they were like, we have a wedding. Sorry.
Yeah.
They were, I mean, I'm not mad. They're
Oh,
super
no,
nice.
they're lovely. I think I feel comfortable being more honest than you've been just then. I had some concerns about the family and friends
Yeah,
mixing.
I thought you were going to say that. Sorry.
Oh, okay,
I didn't
good.
have that many concerns.
As a trans person,
Yeah.
I had a little bit of concerns. And it's not that I thought, like, no one in my extended family is unkind.
Yeah.
I would say they're all very kind. I would say they are not,
You guys are the only trans people they know, for sure.
that's how it feels
Right.
if it's not the case. And they've known us for a very long time, and they've had, like, a very long time to, like, start nailing the pronouns. And they just haven't really. But actually, a couple of them, like, opened this party by being like, hey, I'm working on it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay. Anyway, it was just much better than I thought it was going to be. And obviously we have a lot of trans friends. And so I think some folks have family who maybe would, like, be literally outwardly snotty to trans people.
Yeah.
And so I think the difference between having an experience like that versus what my family is like, where they just, like, might avoid it or, like, correct themselves, like, that's obviously so much better.
Yeah.
We have more in common with each other than billionaires, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes,
I
it
think
was...
it was good. It was just it went swimmingly better than I thought it was going to.
Astronomically better.
And I think the other thing is that this is probably a pretty common thing in certain like family circles. I feel like younger folks are just like not inviting their friends and their family because it's like that's going to be complicated and I'm afraid that my aunt's going to say something stupid. But the other thing is that like your friends understand when your aunt says something kind of goofy.
Your friends have aunts.
Because they also have aunts.
Yeah.
And I would personally, I would rather our kiddo like have the opportunity to have relationships with folks that maybe I don't have like a super stellar, incredible, great relationship with them, but like maybe that's an adult that he would feel comfortable talking to if he needed help, and like that's important because they're certainly not bad people. They're just maybe I'm just not close with them, and that's also fine.
We do have a lot of different types of people in our families.
Yeah.
Who believe in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And we are really trying to raise our kid by being like, we respect what other people believe in. Like, we're not a religious family.
Right.
But other people are, and we
want to be supportive of their religious activities.
Right, as long as they're not, like, hurting anyone.
Yes. Yeah.
Directly.
Yeah. If they're having, like, a religious ceremony, we want to be there to show up for them if it's the kind of thing we're invited to be like, yeah, we love that you're doing this.
The same way we would want them to come to our kids' like, ballet recital or whatever.
Yeah.
We also, on the invitation, Lemon drew the invitation. I'll put a picture here with
So
lots of
cute.
redacted info, but it was very
So
cute.
cute.
We put on the invitation, like, we didn't need gifts, because our baby, he has everything he needs. He doesn't even understand the concept of a present.
Yeah.
But we were like, if you really want to bring gifts, like, we would like them to be thrifted or handmade. And I think almost everyone brought something thrifted. And it was really cool because he ended up with like really strange gifts that we wouldn't have bought. Nobody would have bought like new, you know what I mean?
But yeah, the very cool, very weird presents that we would not have gotten otherwise. And also, it's just funny to see like what things he was excited about.
He's been really into most of the things. There were a couple things we're like putting away for the future, but like Ash brought him Mega Blocks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if he's going to be into these. And he's obsessed with them. He doesn't quite understand, like, building so much. He just likes the noises that they make.
When he smacks them together.
And
he likes that there's a lot of them.
Dumping them out of the bucket.
Like, throw them.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, there's no wrong way to play with them.
Off, King, yeah.
I would say the biggest hit has been that Mimi got him a kitchen.
Oh, that's true.
That actually, it's really cute. Her and Bo thrifted it before we were pregnant.
Yeah.
And hid it from us.
Yeah.
Until we were like... Until he was right as he was born, they told us about it, or right before. And they were like, I think we're gonna give it to him on his first birthday. And so yeah, it's kept him very busy. Yeah. He has been cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I also think we'll keep encouraging thrifted and handmade gifts, especially because like that's what we plan to get him for as long as we can have him be excited about things.
It depends.
Yeah.
You know, I think it depends on all kinds of things, but yeah.
It feels unreal that we got to have this really fun, wonderful party that we put a lot of like time and energy into for this person that we were worried would never exist. It has been, I think, less emotional than I thought, just because I'm already a crybaby. I did cry when we were like singing happy birthday to him, but it's just so cool. And the world is so stressful right now that like it was so needed for us to have this like really good day where like everybody got along and everybody has like a bunch of different backgrounds and all like know us through different channels, and they all came together to celebrate this like little weird wonderful person that we made. Yeah, I think we both like really were worried this day would never come. So there was a lot of like, I know I always get really like anxious when there's like a big event coming up and I'm worried it's not gonna like live up to the hype. And it absolutely did, I think.
That's the first time that's maybe ever happened.
It's probably true.
Yeah.
I also think parenthood makes you a little bit more, it shifts your perspective, obviously, quite a bit. And so I feel like this last year especially, I've been a lot more like, the most important things are like these 3 things.
Yeah, I feel like for me it makes events and activities and other things, like it takes the pressure off almost completely.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're just making sure that he's like clean and fed and like stoked to be there. You know what I mean? Which, you know, is a privilege that we're able to do those things.
Yeah.
By a lot. But yeah, it was really fun. He's a very cute bug pope. He wore the hat for way longer than I thought he would.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Very cute. I'm really excited to get our pictures back from Ash.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we'll share.
Craziest thing about having a 1-year-old so far is food. That's crazy to me. Because obviously we were doing solids before and
Right.
also formula.
He's been allowed to have purees and then like food.
And like mashed things and like
Since, like,
and,
6
little,
months.
like obviously, yeah. It's just it is so much harder. In my brain,
no,
I'm like,
it is harder.
yeah. Well, no, this is going to sound like so ridiculous, but you know how they talk about like the 4th trimester?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're saying like basically when human beings are born, like they should still be inside, but the reason that they have to come out is because their heads get so big. And so like they are literally like incapable of doing anything for themselves, unlike deer who can like walk from the get-go, right?
Who can like smell food and be like, oh, this is food I should eat.
Yeah. Thank God babies are born at the time when they are, because if I had to start making a menu of 3 times a day meals and 2 snacks while also learning to be a parent, that would be, I can't think of anything more stressful, and that's just that part.
Yeah, it's just been such a crazy first year. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. If this is your first time here, welcome. If it's just your most recent time of many times, welcome back.
Yeah.
If you were like, these guys are really fun and weird, we're on literally all social media except for the one that used to be called Twitter. We're on Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram,
Poob.
Threads,
The dirt cups in the fridge.
Blue Sky. But we also are on Patreon. On Patreon, we post every other week. It's usually basically like a small podcast of us just rambling about whatever's going on that week. They're usually about 30, 45 minutes, unedited, just us talking away. So if you're like, man, I wish these guys had a podcast, great news.
Great news for
It's
you.
essentially that, but on the Patreon app.
We were on a podcast if you want to hear us talk with Virginia Stapleton, ex-Salem, City of Salem, Oregon, city councilor. Anyway, it's fun. We talk about the city council meeting that was crazy. So it's Demobrats on Spotify.
Yeah, we were there. She was lovely.
Yeah, big fans.
Big fans. The world is so stressful, but you are so lovely. We're being regular. It's certainly not midnight the night before I put this on YouTube. Don't think that.
No. Don't think it.
Girl, don't think that, girl.
No.
Okay, that's all. We love you.
So scary.
Enjoy the bloopers. Bloopers.
Get your bloopers. They're the blooper spoopin' fambobly. We'll just cut out that whole last part.
Well, hang on. I'm making sure it's normal.
Move really quick.
Yeah.
That way you
Okay.
can tell if it's slow
Perfect.
motion.
You guys will never believe. Hold on, wait. Let me pull this out so they can see. I think it's fun that we both are just awake. I look nude. I'm nude.
She's nude.
Naked girl in the kitchen.
Naked wife.
It's like Panic at the Disco. Naked girl in the kitchen. Ooh, naked coffee.
I chime in with a haven't you ever put a shirt on?
No.
In the goddamn kitchen. This is very basic.
I wasn't making fun of you that time.
I thought you were mouthing again, and I was like, you stop doing that.
Because you think I'm
Because all
not
I can
good
hear is
at
your
it.
mouth noises.
You are making that up.
No. You go.
Sorry, I have such a moist,
You're
kissable
squelchy. You're
mouth.
squelchy. Never mind. I'm making up sounds.
Yeah, like my mouth noises that you made
No,
up.
those were in my ears.
No, I was trying to be
No.
like, how should I make my face? Because it is interesting, but like, I want to, you know how I'm trying to, you know when you're on stage with someone and they're like, don't upstage them, but also like, listen.
Well, you failed. Because
I
you
was
immediately
like,
upstaged me.
I'm listening.
Okay.
No, you got distracted.
No.
Perhaps you can hear my bosoms.
That could have been it.
Pervert.
Straw.
Perverting.
Straw. Just asking for straw.
If you have Charlie Brown smell-o-vision, that's not right. You can just walk past normal and I can cut it out.
No, you can use my hunchback.
Hold on, the cameraman's not very good at zooming. You can't really tell their nipples. Bring them closer.
That's as close as I can get.
Hold on, stay still. Okay, computer, enhance, show the nipples. You know what, that'll do it. Yeah, that would help, huh? And we found this whipped Greek.
Oh.
We're not Greek. Don't whip the Greek.
It's not a whipped cream.
This
Garlic.
I'm trying to be serious.
I'm sorry.
Please allow me to seriousness.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that was you. That was you being weird. I was normal. This is me being regular.
And you're being regular. Okay.